We may come across working on different types of projects in our professional life. These projects fall on one of the two broad groups. Our project work could be definable, or we may be working on a high uncertainty project where there are higher risks. Definable projects are those with certain and repetitive tasks and where some past experiences can be used to create a product or formulate any process. High uncertainty projects are involved generally in new product design, software manufacturing, system engineering and designing, etc., and contain many aspects that are not easy or definite to predict. We introduce agile practices in these kinds of project works, and they help to explore the feasibility of the project in the short run and adapt different approaches to the project based on the trials, feedback, and evaluations. The example of the definable projects are manufacturing of an automobile, manufacturing of cell phones, manufacturing of electronics, and manufacturing of the real estate after the design is complete. And one example where there could be high uncertainty is building a brand new software for the first time. So it is for this reason that most of the software developing companies use Agile, although Agile could be used by all the conventional project manufacturing practicing companies. So based on our objective and the nature of project, we can practice any one of these project management approaches for our project. We can practice definitive project management approaches, for example, the waterfall approaches. We can practice the agile project management approaches, and we can practice the hybrid project management approaches, which takes some aspects of project management from the definitive project management approaches and some aspects of the agile project management approaches. So let's discuss what is agile. Many people have different thoughts and definitions about agile, and some feel agile is only used in the software development and IT projects, which is not true at all. Some people think that Agile is a project management approach of doing the work fast. Some think it is a process where we need no plan to work. Some think it is a process where we don't need a project manager. And some think it is a process where we can change the process continuously. So, who is right here? To find the right answer, let's move on. There was a very great difference in the way people perceived Agile. So in order to have a common understanding, the Agile practice first started with the leaders of the software industry, and they published a manifesto in 2001 which formalized the Agile movement. The Agile manifesto in 2001 wrote, "We are uncovering better ways of developing a software by doing it and helping others to do it. Through this work, we have come to value individuals and interactions over process and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and responding to change over following a plan." That is, while there is a value in the items on the right, we value items on the left more. So according to this Agile manifesto, an Agile is a process which values individuals, working software, customer collaboration, and responding to change more over the conventional approaches of project management. So which of these guys are correct? The first guy was telling that Agile is a project management approach to do the work fast. Yes, it helps us to meet the most of the project deliverables fast, although we can't exactly say that it is always faster than the conventional project management approaches, but it definitely helps us to meet our goals fast. Second, this guy is not true at all. Although we do not focus on initial planning in depth like the conventional approach of project management, in Agile, we plan across the entire steps of the Agile project. The planning step, in fact, is spread, and it's not like the conventional project management approach where we plan at the initial phase of the project management only. Now the third guy is saying it is a process where we don't need a manager. This guy is both true and false at the same time. True, because in Agile project, the team members have much more say in the project. They are given more power, and if there is any project manager like in Scrum, whom we call the Scrum Master, his job would be only to act as a facilitator. The project manager in Agile project management just play the roles of facilitating the project. They facilitate daily meetings and they facilitate communication. Fourth, yes, he is absolutely right. In Agile, we can change the project outlook and scope entirely based on the customer needs in between the projects too. There are 12 other principles behind the Agile manifesto, which simply read as: first, our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through the early and continuous delivery of the valuable software. Second, we welcome the requirements. Agile welcomes the requirements even late in the development. Agile processes harness change for the customer's competitive advantage. Agile deliver working software frequently from a couple of weeks to a couple of months with the preference of the shorter time scale. Fourth, business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. Fifth, projects are built around the motivated individuals. Give them the environment and support they need and trust them to get the job done. Sixth, Agile processes promote sustainable development. The sponsors, developers, and the users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. And seventh, working software is the primary measure of progress. Eighth, the most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within the development team is a face-to-face conversation. Ninth, continuous attention to the technical excellence and good design enhances agility. 10th, simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work not done, and it is essential. 11th, the best architecture, requirements, and design emerge from the self-organized teams. And the last one, at the regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tune and adjust its behavior accordingly. You don't have to memorize all these points now. You can download these points from the Resources tab. I'll be providing the PDF handout for these points to you. So as a whole, when we define Agile, we can define it as a mindset described by 4 values and defined by 12 principles and manifested by unlimited number of practices such as Kanban, Scrum, and Scaled Agile framework. Scaled Agile framework empowers complex organizations to achieve the benefit of lean Agile software and system development at a scale. This is not so common as Kanban and Scrum, but let's know this term also. Agile is in fact a lean blanket term which includes every other project management practices such as Kanban, Scrum, XP, AUP, Crystal, Scrumban, etc. And the most popular among these are the Kanban and Scrum. Stacy complexity model gives us an idea to determine which projects to choose by considering both requirements and technology. For example, for projects whose technology we know well and for which the requirements are clear, we follow the simple or waterfall approach of project management. As we go towards uncertainty of requirements and technology, we choose the Agile mode of project management. For complex projects, we choose Scrum, where there is high degree of uncertainty on requirements and technology. For very, very complex and chaotic process, where the requirements and technology can vastly vary, we use the Kanban approach of the project management. By now, we learned what is Agile and how we can choose between different Agile projects based on Stacy complexity model. Wrapping up, let's see, when we go for Agile, we go for the Agile for the projects that involve new or novel tools, techniques, materials, or application domains. We go for the Agile for the projects that require research and development. We go for the Agile for the projects that have high rates of change. We go for the Agile for the projects that are unclear or have unknown requirements, uncertainty, or risk. And we go for the Agile for those projects that have a final goal that is hard to describe. This is all about the short introduction of Agile. We will in fact learn in depth on various tools and Agile approaches in the other lectures. Thank you so much for being with me.